Hi everyone, it's Shona again. In the last video we looked at how we can string lots of letters together, which we call characters, to make a word, and how the computer understands a word as a string. Today we're going to look at these little LEDs here. An LED is each of these little lights, and how we're going to make a pattern with that. And after you learn to do this, you can make any pattern you want. It's really cool. So like yesterday, we're not going to use forever for now. So let's click on that and drag it over to the menu because we're tidy coders, remember. So first of all, how do we show up these lights? Let's show you the easy way to do it first, and then I'll show you an even easier way. So let's look in our basic menu. Remember yesterday we used show string. Today we're going to use a command called show LEDs. So that's what the computer understands to show the lights. So let's drag this over here, and then we'll put it into the start. Click in here as we usually do. Nothing has happened. And that's because we actually haven't told any of the lights to be switched on. So let's do a cross. And then click outside. And we get a cross appearing on our lights. So basically, we've given the computer command show LEDs, the ones that are highlighted in white, by clicking on them, like that, to show a cross. Not very exciting though, is it? So if you were in your house and you were switching on the light, and I wouldn't try this at home because you might get in a lot of trouble, how would you make the light flash? You would switch the switch on and off, wouldn't you? If we do this in here though, if I switch this off, it's not going to make it flash. It's just not going to show. So the smart ones amongst you will have worked this out already, but let me show you. So first of all, this is something I didn't show you yesterday. So if you go to show LEDs and you right click, you can do a duplicate to get the same command again. Look, you could put that in there. Or you can go back to show LEDs and you can just drag this over. And then to switch on the lights, we probably need to just have another command that switches everything off that's on. So let's put this in here. Now watch. And remember, we've only got it on start just now. So if we restart, there you go, it flashed. It's a bit boring just doing it on start, so let's try it forever and see what happens then. So we search for forever and we pull it over, and then we highlight this in the middle, remember, like yesterday. Pull it over and put it in here, and because we're tidy programmers, put that back in the menu. Oh, I've got keyboarditis today, that's what we call it when our fingers don't work. Put it up here, click in here, and someone's switching the lights on and off. And then you could go further with this. You could make it look as if it's turning around the screen. So you could maybe put a different pattern in here rather than switch all the lights on. So it flashes, let's click in here, from one thing to the other. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Now there's an even easier way to do this. So let's pull all our stuff back to the menu. And let's look for start again. On start. Pull that over. If you look in the basic commands, remember yesterday we were looking at show string? We've got a show icon command. So there's some light switches that have already been made for you. So let's pull this one over, put it on start. If you look at that, the icon, and there's a little heart, put it up here. And when it starts, it'll show us a heart. Now, what if we wanted the heart to flash? Again, it's just like putting the lights on and off in your house. So what we could do is we could just take the blank lights and slip them in here, and then click in here and your lights will flash. Remember, it's only on start, so when we press the button, if we want it to do it forever, have a beating heart, we just do as before and we drag forever over here. We click in the middle bit and move it under forever, and then again, tidy programmers put their code away and click out here, and there we've got forever. Now you can have a look at all the different icons there are, and you can try some of them out. So here's a smiley face. Click out there. There you go. You can try a few of them, and look at this, there's a smaller heart. So let's try something here. Let's take this show LED away and put it back in the menu. And let's look for show icon again. Pull another one of these over. Slot it in here. Now we don't want it just to show a smiling face and heart, so let's put a big heart there on the first one, and then pull down here by selecting and a tiny heart, then click outside and see what happens. Look at that, we've got a beating heart. And one last thing I'm going to show you in this session is, if you've got your own microbit, you'll see it's got tiny little buttons, but we can pretend on this screen that we've got our own microbit and we can use buttons. So let's look for button. Search. So on button A pressed. That's the one we need. Look, it tells you what it does as well. Oh, on button A pressed. So let's put that here, and we'll move our code in under there, and we'll move forever out, and look, nothing's happening, and that's because you haven't pressed button A. So let's try that. Let's just press button A. There you go. And then we could actually press that, right click, duplicate it, put the new one in here, and let's press button A and see what happens. There you go. So now you know how to use your LEDs. You can have a bit of a practice yourself. Sometimes when you're using the microbit, everything doesn't work as you think it should, and you can always just pull everything back to the menu and start again. It's always easiest when you're programming a computer just to build things up a bit by bit like I've done, and don't be scared to try stuff out. I hope you have loads of fun doing your little diagrams.